fight that Jesse Hart said, listen, he quit against Gallegos. Was dropped 4 times in that fight, all to the body, and you got to believe Hart is going to target the torso here tonight.
Not only that, but Gallegos was, started his career in the 140s. He's a smaller fighter stopping a legitimate light heavyweight, so it was a bad look. And a lot of excuses on the part of Khalil Coe, from hurt hands to everything else. Now he has a chance to shut everyone up, especially the man in front of him, and Jesse Hart.
The jab is the key weapon for Khalil Coe. We saw in the last Gallegos fight, he broke the nose of Gallegos in the first round with a stiff jab. It is long, it is hard. He has got to use that as a weapon. If he's not using that,
good right hand from Hart.
If he's not using that jab, we know we're not getting the best of Khalil Coe.
And it's these early rounds that Coe actually is going to have the advantage in strength and youth, but he can't be getting hit with right hands like that so early by Hart. He needs to get on the inside, and he needs to get that jab started. Both these guys have strong jabs, but Coe has a little more pop behind it.
And Todd, you mentioned that sparring session earlier between these two guys. They both have very different memories of that sparring match. Khalil Coe said Jesse Hart ran the entire time. Jesse Hart said Khalil Coe quit with a fake injury after the 5th round.
Good start to the fight for Hart, as Coe just seems to be a little unsure of himself right now.
Everything's going to be off that long jab. You have 5, almost 6 inches in height. You have the advantage in reach. You fight your fight. You force Coe to get physical and use up that energy and use his conditioning.
Coe almost exclusively, good right hand for Coe, exclusively threw the jab against Gallegos. He really didn't need to do anything else, but he told us it was because of an injury to that hand is why he wasn't throwing it. Do you feel like, Sergio, he's got that right hand back to 100%?
He threw it and landed nicely on Hart right now. And I think Hart, felt that right hand. So yes, I think the injury's just fine now. The right hand's going to do some damage if he continues letting it.
And it was the right hand that he says was the reason he pulled out of that fight scheduled for October. It just wasn't.
Big right hand there from Hart. Boy, he stepped into that one.
And Coe took that up. I can't believe he ate that shot up.
The extra 8 pounds went right to his chin.
Hart was punching down with that length and that size, and was still able to not do the damage as expected. So that goes to show you, Khalil Coe could take the big power and the punches of Hart. Hart's gonna have to
Listen for that bell, gentlemen.
Because I don't think he's gonna be able to hurt him if he wasn't able to hurt him this early.
Behind that jab, that is his best attribute in this fight. Mixing it up with Jesse Hart, he can have success there because he's as big a puncher as Hart or better. But
another right hand from Hart.
This kind of sort of herky-jerky, messy fight, that's the kind of fight that Hart's looking for.
Hart's punching with clean intentions in this round. And a big right hand, Coe ate it up, but he's coming back with those left hooks. If Hart can start landing left hooks while Coe pulls back with the chin in the air, it's not going to be a good night for Coe.
Well, Coe told us that he thought Hart was going to put on his running shoes, but Coe really hasn't forced him to try and run yet.
There's no running shoes right now. This is boxing. The man's right in front of him. Going heavy leather is Hart.
Nice follow-up shot there after Coe landed the first punch.
Coe has really good timing with that right hand. Hart had good reflexes and pulling back. Even though he did get hit with that right hand, he came back with counters of his own.
Khalil Coe was a 24-1 favorite when he first fought Manuel Gallegos and lost that fight. He's an 8-1 favorite in this one.
Hart is a little bit too stiff on that. He's a little bit more of a body. He's standing up too stiff. It's going to work against him. He needs to get more fluid. Box, a little bit more rubbery, to be able to roll with the punches of Coe when they land.
Yeah, but at 36 years old, is he still able to do that?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, whenever you become a veteran like that, you know how to roll with the shots because you don't have the legs to take you out of the way.
I'll tell you one thing about Hart. Don't let the box rec fool you. Yes, he's only had or 4 fights officially since 2020, but he's been fighting in that Team Combat League, which is just 1-round fights. But you've got to stay in shape to be in the TCL. You've got to be ready to go kind of every other week. So that's kept Jesse Hart in the gym and kept his skills sharp.
Coe, a native of Jersey City, New Jersey, grew up in a rough section of town called The Hill. Said he was constantly involved in fights on the street and at school. Began boxing at 13 when his mother brought him to train under former light heavyweight contender Jimmy Dupree.
Body shot there by Hart.
And Khalil Coe's claim to fame is that he knocked out Julio De La Cruz in an amateur tournament. De La Cruz is a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, one of the greatest amateurs of all time. Khalil Coe in his first amateur bout over in Germany.
Listen for that bell, gentlemen.
Khalil Coe this round.
Well, Coe seems to be conserving his energy, Sergio. Are you sensing that? Not throwing a lot of punches, not really trying to push the pace.
Maybe push the pace. I don't know if he's trying to conserve energy, but I did see Jesse Hart breathing really heavy in that corner. But I want to see more jabs from Hart. You know, not load up on those right hands. Because when you miss those right hands, they take energy. You know, when you don't practice to miss, so it takes away your strength in your legs. So stick me on that jab, double and triple that jab. Don't do the hard work. You do the easy work on the outside and use your advantages.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see who the fresher fighter is if and when this fight gets to the second half. I mean, Jesse Hart in better condition theoretically, but he is 36 years old. Khalil Coe significantly younger, but he blew weight by 8 pounds.
Right.
But Sergio is a fighter that never missed weight. Is there a chance Khalil Coe said, I'm not going to lose this weight just to take advantage and not drain myself so that I have more energy in the fight?
There should be a point taken away and then a disqualification.
He's down.
That was complete bullshit. Come here. Come here. 1 point potentially thrown down. 1 point potentially thrown down. 1 point potentially thrown down. Bro, listen, there's no spot for that. You picked him up, but then you intentionally slam. You can't do that. Don't do it again. Stay right there. You good? Get back.
And credit to Greg Hackett in the corner, predicted something like this might happen. Look, Tom Taylor, well within his rights to take that point away. That wasn't as simple as Khalil Coe picking up Jesse Hart. He picked him up and he slammed him down. Poor decision.
It's almost like a roughing the passer. You can pick up the passer, but you can't slam him down.
And look, a referee is not inclined to take a point away this early. There's usually 1 or 2 warnings where a point is taken away, but that was so egregious that Tom Taylor had to take the point.
Sergio, do you know what egregious means?
Yeah, bold.
There you go. Either way, not a good start to this fight for Khalil Coe.
Yeah, that hip toss is a sign of frustration by Khalil Coe. I don't know why he's frustrated. He's not falling behind in this fight. I mean, I think he's getting frustrated with the length and the jab and the movement of Hart. He said Hart was going to run. He's not running. He's boxing and popping him.
Jesse Hart just looked over at us and smiled and winked at us, almost like this is going exactly the way I thought it would.
So far, so good.
So we know Coe has some real power in that right hand. 8 knockouts in his 10 wins.
Now Coe going
Yeah, I was going to say, switching to southpaw.
I don't know why he's doing that.
Just ate a right hand from Jesse Hart.
Jesse Hart has a nice, straight, laser-like right hand, and if you're turning southpaw, you're just making it easier for Hart to land that punch. Another thing Cole's doing, he keeps ducking to the same side, by the right side. Hart is getting closer and closer to landing that punch. You need to start turning to your left. You need to start giving it a hard, difficult target, just like that. Just like that. Cole needs to start moving his upper body on both sides.
Slide.
You could probably make a case that Hart's won all 3 of the first rounds. Maybe give 1 to Coe, I'm not sure, but that last round was most likely a 10-8 round considering there's a point deduction.
Between the two boxers right now, 3 rounds in, I'd much rather be Jesse Hart. So yeah, I agree with you. This could be a hard-type fight.
A good short right hand there from Jesse Hart. Khalil Coe just not letting his hands go enough. Now you see him again, Sergio, in that southpaw stance.
And that's going to make it easier for Hart. You see him just going to throw a straight right hand down the pipe. No jab behind it.
Well, there has to be a method to the madness, so to speak, Sergio. Why is he going southpaw?
Maybe he's just confused. He doesn't know what to do. He needs to try to get something going. This is the thing when you face veterans, when you face guys that know how to fight, especially when they're former title challengers from Philadelphia. You know, these guys just have a lot of tricks up their sleeves. So maybe it's Cole that needs something. You know, he needs to get going because he's so out of his depth right now as far as his bag.
It's a must-win for really both these guys. Coe, if he wants to continue his upward trajectory, and for Jesse Hart, this could be the last dance at the age of 36.
Yeah, I think both these guys know the stakes coming in. For Jesse Hart, I think you're right. 36 years old, you can't afford a loss on this level. For Khalil Coe, not for his career, but certainly for his time with Matchroom, which can't be happy with how things have gone for Khalil Coe.
Those good body shots right there by Hart. If you can do those body shots and get back to that long jab and just waste time, kill time, move around the ring, it's going to be an easy night for Hart when you have that much advantage in height and length and experience, championship experience. It's all up to Coe to break the monotony of this fight, to break the rhythm that Hart is bringing.
There's a left hand from Coe, which got Hart's attention. And you can hear the corner of Coe just imploring him to step on the gas.
That's frustrating. Just jab your way in. Duck your chin. Get aggressive behind that jab. And rough up the taller fighter. That's what you have to do. You gotta make this fight physical.
And Hart said, listen, I'm going to be about 185 pounds on fight night. I wouldn't be surprised if Coe comes in at 210.
Hey, and listen, Hart told us he's going to fight Hart for about 3 rounds. After that, he's mine. And so far, 3 rounds are gone, and Coe, if that hasn't shown
good right hand.
No ferocity coming out of him.
I'm just going to wait for Coe to just let a flurry rip.
That's a good jab there by Coe.
Live.
With Chris Mannix's unofficial scorecard.
See that because they want him to start dipping to his right. He's making it easier for Coe to figure him out. So you got to start going to the left and throwing shots from the bottom. See, look, Coe's bending down like that. You can pick him up with uppercuts. But you got to give Coe a different look where he's bound to figure it out.
All right, let's check in with Chris Mannix's unofficial scorecard through 4.
Yeah, I've got it 4 rounds to none. 39 to 36 in favor.
Do you? Are you sure you do? They have it 3 rounds to 1 on the graphics. So you have it 4-0?
I do. I've got it 4. I've got it.
Get your mouth together.
Mannix is short-circuiting on us.
Yeah, he is, and he's asking me about my grammar.
I do. Just to be clear, I've got it 4 rounds to none. All 4 rounds in favor of Jesse Hart. Look, I don't think Jesse Hart is dominating by any sense. I don't think he's fighting some kind of outstanding one-sided fight, but he's throwing punches and he's landing some stuff. Khalil Coe is just kind of standing around. Good left hand there. More of that from Khalil Coe. We haven't seen that for the first 4 rounds of this fight.
And that was from the southpaw position.
Yeah, there was from the southpaw position. Hart didn't expect that shot. Just a straight single left hand right down the middle. Hart needs to he needs to stay on the outside and keep picking with that jab, making it a difficult fight for for Coe to actually break that distance and fall short like that. Don't overload on shots into your heart as well, like you did there.
You still think, just looking at the size of Coe and the fact that he has an 80% knockout percentage, if he can just land one heavy shot, he can really change the trajectory of this fight.
He's got an 80% knockout percentage against nobody. Nobody that's been on the level of Jesse Hart. Jesse Hart's taken the best of Zurdo Ramirez. He went 12 rounds with Joe Smith. Jesse Hart can take a punch from some of the bigger punchers in and around this weight class.
Joe Smith, it says it all. Joe Smith had, cinder blocks for fists. So if you can take that man's power, you can take Khalil Khalil Cole's power.
He knocked Bernard Hopkins out of the ring. Who could forget that?
Nice short shot by Cole right there. I think that's what you should start doing now. Not pulling it back. Short little punches. Hart doesn't have the legs to keep him up, so he doesn't have the flexibility. So once he falls off balance, a short punch.
Nice left there from Cole. His Hart got a little off balance.
No, it's not off balance. I think his legs are losing strength. So this is when Cole should be stepping it up. He's the youth for a younger fighter.
Hey, stop, no punch. Let's open the bell.
You letting him press a little bit too much.
Some of these shots have been kind of touching jab.
Turning solid
Body work, 23 body.
and change. And youth should and change. And change. Turning solid, make it physical. Good right hand there. If they would have landed more cleanly, it would have done damage by Khalil Cole. It just bounced off the temple of Hart. But this is the point where momentum should shift and change. And youth should prevail in these middle to late rounds. If Khalil Cole wants to win this fight, he wants to make a statement, this is when you do it. Don't give the older fighter any chance to get a second win.
Now, the big edge for Jesse Hart so far has been in the body work. 23 body punches for Hart compared to 10 for Khalil Cole. You saw another striking shot there from Hart.
Look at the total punches thrown. Jesse Hart 165, over double the amount of Cole. And even if they're not landing, the judges see the work rate.
I don't think he's hurt Cole at all in this fight. I mean, some of these shots have been kind of touching jabs, just kind of range finders, but he's the one throwing, he's the one landing.
There's a body shot. Coe said that, listen, Jesse Hart's legs are too old and too wobbly. And Sergio, we saw some balance issues in the last round. Let's see if those 36-year-old legs can be true for Hart.
They're old, wobbly, and skinny. Those are the words of Khalil Cole. But yes, you're right. This is where age plays a factor. The much younger fighter should have the advantage, especially if you start walking them back. Whenever you have a tired fighter, a fatigued fighter, you got to walk them back. They hate that.
Good uppercut there from Cole.
No question. I think Cole hurt him right there.
Yeah, Hart might be hurt. The legs are wobbly.
Jesse Hart is hurt, guys.
Does Khalil Cole know it? He's got to take advantage of some of that. You're right. Jesse Hart ate that right hand. Very good short right hand for Khalil Cole. Wobbled the legs in front. I'm not sure that Khalil quite recognized that.
Yeah, Hart looks gassed in the corner right now.
And hurt.
Let me tell you something, though. I've seen Jesse Hart look gassed, and I've seen him recover. Second round of the first fight against Sergio Ramirez. He got clipped and knocked down. Looked like he was done. He recovered to give Sergio hell for 10 rounds. 10 more rounds.
Let it go. 1 point holding. 1 point holding. 1 point holding. Go. Now let it go when I say let go. Ready? Time in.
And that is another big point deduction from Thomas Taylor. That levels the playing field from that point deduction Khalil Cole got earlier in the fight.
So a point deduction for Jesse Hart for holding. Khalil Cole has deducted a point for throwing Hart on the canvas.
Stop. No punch. No punch.
It's been a sloppy and at times ugly fight so far. But Cole seems to be building momentum.
Stop.
But I agree with you, Chris. I think Hart was hurt this round, and Cole kind of left him off the hook.
Yeah, he left him off the hook, and now he woke up. He lost this round, but just how he woke up. And getting his snap back.
Patricia. 1. Eric. 1.
It's four rounds to go.
Should be G's good. My G's good, but I say let go. G's good. My G's good, but
Crowds Khalil have
It's 4 rounds to go.
Crowds Khalil have to take advantage. His corner's got to know.
1. Patricia. 1. Eric. 1. You're not gonna give it to him.
Edged it over Jeff. Crowds Khalil have to take advantage.
1.
It's 4 rounds to go.
Crowds Khalil has to take advantage. His corner's got to know it's close. You're down the scorecards, but you're starting to get some momentum. You've got to find a way to dig deep.
Let's look at Chris's scorecard. Hopefully he's got his act together, and he does. 57-55 for Hart.
Yeah, 10-8 round for Khalil Coe in that last one. Edged it over Jesse Hart, plus that point deduction. Now we've got a level playing field with the point deduction. The momentum these last two rounds, all on the side of Khalil Coe. He's got to find a way to keep it going to try to cut that gap even further.
On the inside, Hart, I like those body shots that he's throwing. On the outside, should be jabs. Just control the rhythm and the tempo of this fight. You don't have to keep the energy that Coach brings to the fight, but you can control the rhythm of the fight. Don't let the younger man fight a younger man's fight. And that's what a lot of experienced fighters do. Like the great Bernard Hopkins, for instance, another fighter from Philadelphia. He would slow down the pace by holding, by clinching, walking fighters back.
That's left. Sorry, Sergio. Hart seems like he is really getting gassed right now.
Yeah, he's slipping up. He's ready in this fight. Get away from him. And this is the reason they're so upset at him in his corner.
Again, Coe's kind of smothering himself.
Just pull it up.
Oh, big left there from Coe. You see it snap the jaw of Hart.
And this is where the extra weight that Khalil Coe conserved by not making weight plays a major part in how strong he is in the 7th round.
Swing and a miss from Coe. But Jesse just too tired to really take advantage of it.
Yeah, he's falling over his feet. It's Jesse Hart. Those are the uppercuts they want from Coe on the inside. He got a tired fighter that's leaning over like that. Uppercuts is going to do the job. Uppercuts and body shots are going to take the fight away from Jesse Hart.
Listen for the bell.
Coe just missed a big.
Stop the watch. No, straight down.
This is a fight ending right hand.
Jesse Hart in the corner after that last round wasn't breathing heavy. He was gasping for air after that last round.
36 years old is Jesse Hart. Father Time is undefeated. We know this. And you talked about Team Combat League, Chris. He's used to those one-hitter quitters, 1 round at a time. Now he's got to go 10 with a young stud.
And since that Joe Smith fight, in addition to the short burst Team Combat League rounds, he has not faced really anyone that you would consider on a high level. Mostly local Philadelphia area shows, fighters with decent but not top level records. This is a return for Jesse Hart to a much higher level.
And this is what he needs to do right here. Look, he's not landing anything, but at least Coe's not landing on him. So keep working that jab and stay off the ropes. You don't need to load up on shots anymore. It's a very close fight. It's Coe that's loading up on shots. You should just be picking and pecking. You can't compete with the strength and the youth of Coe. So why don't you fight like the older veteran on the outside?
All right, stop.
That said, you got to believe Coe should be handling this a little bit better, shouldn't he? I mean, he's got an old, wobbly, tired fighter in front of him. And yeah, he's winning these rounds, but you'd think he could really be dominating right now.
Good uppercut there by Hart, and this is what they want, more uppercuts. There's a good shift off the rope. He keeps his head high, and then that's what happens in close rounds. When his neck goes back like that with shots, it's not a good look.
Yeah, Hart just looks so exhausted. Nice left hook there from Coe.
If Khalil Coe doesn't stop, Hart's conditioning might just betray him. He looks gassed.
I mean, he's looked gassed for at least 3 rounds now, maybe 4. And he had the energy to fight 3-4 rounds this fight. He was having success with that energy, bouncing on his toes, peppering Cole with the jab. But really, since the midway point of this fight, he just looked like that gas tank went straight to empty.
Sergio, when was the most exhausted you were ever in a fight?
I can't recall. I really can't recall. Not like this. Not sloppy like this. I would say my last fight. I just knew I didn't have the legs anymore. And I was 38 years old, you know. Hart is 36.
Live.
We got 2 more.
Oh, just a second.
Absolutely, Chris, and that's what we're seeing right now.
Heavily in the favor in these late rounds for Khalil Coe.
Sergio, what I was saying earlier is like when you get to this point, and you can speak to this farther than I can, when you hear 9th round of a 10-round fight, final 2 rounds, there's got to be something that goes through you.
Good right hand from Coe. I mean, excuse me, from Hart, and it wobbled Coe just a second.
Absolutely, Chris, and that's what we're seeing right now. A burst of energy. Once you know the finish line is in sight, then all of a sudden you get that energy in your legs. Because you're already past the darkness, you're already past the fatigue. Now that's it. Do or die. Adrenaline takes over.
Let's check in with Chris Mannix's scorecard.
I've got it 75-75, dead even. First 4 rounds for Jesse Hart, last 4 rounds for Khalil Coe. Good start, though, to this round for Jesse Hart. He's got to find a way to keep that energy, get this fight back to being what it looked like in the first 4.
I think it's, I agree. It's a tight fight. 4-4 sounds about right. Coe has been letting Hart off the hook, and he hasn't really been pushing it, and now Hart can see the finish line, and he's doing well in this round.
Yeah, just has to stay active because Coe's not throwing a lot of punches. Just look busier and you can win the round.
Yeah, it's not really that Hart's beating him, it's that Coe's not doing nothing to compete. Coe's not losing this fight per se, he's giving away this fight.
Yeah, and if the judges' scorecards are like Chris Mannix's, and it really hangs in the balance these last 2 rounds, you've got to do more if you're Khalil Coe. You can't just coast your way to the finish line. Look at the total punches thrown through 8 rounds. 275 to 121 for the older fighter.
If you're Jesse Hart, this is where you want to start peppering Khalil Coe with that jab. Doesn't have to be a tough shot, but if Khalil's going to stand there, just like that, little quick jabs. Just let the judges know that you're still the one throwing out there.
And you know what? He's doing what old veterans do too. Jesse Hart, he's just posturing. He's showing you that he might do something, but he's not going to do something. He's just resting. And Khalil Coe's falling for it.
Well, he's thinking, you know what? I've won this round so far. Just don't get caught, and I can put this one in the bank.
Exactly. You know, he's playing possum. Hart is. You know, he started off strong. Maybe he won the first minute of the round, but now he's not doing nothing. But neither is Coe. So that means you have to sway that round to whoever did something in that round. That was Jesse Hart.
Coe's just following him around. And finally, Hart has got some sort of a second win where he can throw some punches of his own. Coe might look back on this night round and think, what was I doing?
Let me tell you something. Khalil Coe nailing in this round in the way that he just did is incredible.
It's a
Knockdown. This fight.
When I got here, you asked me for a loan.
Keep it nice and clean for me, Trevor. Keep it clean.
This is either going to be a draw type fight, or Hart can maybe pull it out with one more round in the bank. But Coe has been disappointing here in this fight.
All right, stop.
If he doesn't have a big round here, or at least a knockdown, this fight may have just slipped away.
And it's not like Coe was beaten in this fight, it's just he didn't do enough. I mean, when you got a 36-year-old throwing more than double the amount of punches that you're throwing.
All right, we better accidentally flash your heads. No punt. Guys, watch your heads on the inside. Go.
But if I'm Jesse Hart, I'm thinking I've got to win this round. Both men should be desperate to get this one.
Stop. Hey, no knockdown.
This was not an aesthetically pleasing fight by any means. A lot of holding, some fouls, posturing.
Big shots. See those little small shots they want from Jesse Hart. Not the long ones from far like that, because that took away your legs. On the inside, little uppercuts.
And I believe it was in round 7 where Coe had Hart hurt. A lot of people ringside were yelling at him to push the issue, to go get him, but Coe chose not to do it.
Yeah, it was all his team was yelling, urging Coe to do something. They had a wounded fighter in front of him, and Coe just let him slip away. Now the veteran tactics of Jesse Hart are coming out right now. As long as no more point deductions happen here, I think Jesse Hart might clear an ugly victory here.
But either way, Chris, the winner of this fight isn't going to be having their phone ring off the hook of people wanting to fight him.
No, well, look, Jesse Hart's got a name, right? Like, Jesse Hart is someone that fought on national television, fought for world titles. This is not a fight. If he wins, look, this fight could go either way. If he wins, it's a fight that's going to generate a bigger fight for him next. But Khalil Coe, I'm telling you, gotta step on the gas. 30 seconds left. You gotta look at this like you're down. You gotta let your hands go. This is your career right now.
Well, they call him the big step up, but will this be a big step back for his career?
And Jesse Hart already with his right hand in the air, acting like he's the victor here. Here's the winner. Crossing the finish line against a young fighter that should have taken you out. It is a good look and a moral victory. Oh, hard work, Hart here.
10 seconds to go. Will Coe throw a punch? He will not. He'll just coast it in. And did he just
Five.
through his fingers?
Such a sport time.
Mario Barrios to do it. Mario, perhaps, and maybe a draw.
Yeah, draw is the best way I can see.
Maybe a draw.
Yeah, draw is the best way I can see happen here for Khalil Coe.
Well, Coe already has one draw in his career. Will he get another one here? Or did Jesse Hart close the show and win as a 5-1 underdog? David Diamante has the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action here in Las Vegas, we go to the judges' scorecards, and this is what they read. Patricia Morris-Jarman, 94-94.
It's a tie.
David Sutherland, 95-93. Eric Cheek, 96-92. Both for your winner by majority decision, Khalil